so that didn't work. It's a bit annoying. So, I'm going to try this. What is this, you cry? It's well, it's a booster plug. I never heard of one either, so let's have a quick look and fit it and see what all the hype's about. So, a booster plug makes a lot of claims, but a couple of people on the forum said that this sorted it. They didn't need to get the, whatever it's called, power commander, which is about another 200 quid more than this. I'm dubious about it because it looks like it does exactly what the cheap tuning chips do, which like plug into the fuel pressure rail sensors on diesels. This is an air temperature sensor, and these two plug in line with the air temperature sensor on the car. Interesting. As you can see here, so temp sensor in the airbox, extra temp sensor from this box here, and then the other one goes to ECU. Apparently does these things. I don't care about that. I care about sort of those two things. The reduced puffing in your aftermarket exhaust, who cares about that? I just want it to do the softer throttle response as you initially roll on, and there's other stuff. So to get to this, we're just going to whip the tank off or lift it up, and we can get to the bits we need to and work out where we're going to put this sensor, which if I remember rightly, it says route the wire with the booster plug sensor to a place where the sensor tip is not affected by engine or radiator heat. So online it suggests with the FZ6 like where the intake of the air is. We'll have a look, see where it reaches. So first steps with the Fazer with the fairings. The low ones don't matter, but these upper fairings. I'm going to take these two sections out so the tank lifts up okay, and the seat off, and then undo those two bolts, and that lifts the tank up. And then you can get to the things under the things. Alright, with your things, these bars, turn the right to the little pad that holds your tank up for you. You could put something more in, but it starts stretching all the pipes and stuff. But we've got far enough to access this, which is your air intake temperature sensor. Now I tend to find that in the past, yeah, it pulls out on its own. So you push that tab there, push it in slightly, and then pull out. The sensor sometimes comes with it. So, yeah. Okay, let's get it apart. I say that was a lot tighter than I expected. I can't see any reason why, but of all the other plugs I've ever taken off this machine, they've absolutely been easy. I think our little sensor, I'm going to sit it along the back here. Maybe just a couple of dabs of glue, just to hold it in place. We'll try that, dry as it were, mock up, and go from there. Let's see if this is as easy as they make out. So, okay, so you do plug one end on the air intake sensor. So that plugged in there nicely. That's nice and firm. Oh, hang on, switch hands. Oh, getting wrapped up here. And then the other end, this is from the aftermarket booster plug thing. That then pops in there. Nice, firm click. Right, now let's route this thing up here somewhere and stick it there maybe. I reckon we're going to stick it somewhere like that. Piece of tape or something just to hold it in place temporarily. Yeah, I was thinking about drilling a hole and putting it in, but just there I think should do the trick. So let's get a bit of tape, get some cable ties, tidy that up. Okay, so tidy position, cable tied in, nice and safe. Cable comes up, little sticky tab to hold the cable, sticky tab to hold the sensor. I always think it's good to secure the cable just before wherever you put something. That reduces it wobbling, shaking around in there. So let's put it all back together. Proof is in the pudding. Let's go for a ride. See what it does. You're not meant to do any blip loops or anything. Generally took about 10-12 minutes, which I think it says takes up to 10 minutes or something. And, exciting, free keyring. Oh yeah, we'll take that. Thank you very much. Especially if it works. Curious to know what it's doing. The air temperature right now is about 20 degrees. Yeah, that's been in the sunshine. Yeah, about 20 degrees. But if we check out, you press the reset button once, it switches to air temperature. It's showing 1 degree, very cold. So that would obviously make a big difference on fuel temperatures. It's basically 19 degrees cooler that box is tricking it. So that's all it's really doing. as far as I can tell, is it will be tricking it to show it as much cooler than it actually is. So I'll probably keep that up there to see what it's doing as we're riding. I'm just going to check all throttle position, sensor and input and cable, just tension, just final check before we take it on a test drive. So we'll get it up to temp. Idle's almost down now. There we go, we're down at idle normally now, which is good. So yeah, we'll keep it at air temp and we'll see what that does. Curious. Curious, curious. Well, as you might have seen, that did not work. I don't think it did anything. It's also making the bike run much hotter, and I don't like that, honestly. It's 20 degrees today, it's not particularly a hot day, and even riding sort of average pace traffic, 40-50 miles an hour, it's getting hotter than it usually would. Gets hot in traffic, of course they do, and then the fans kick in and do their job at 100 degrees, but it was getting properly hot, and that's no good. Certainly hotter. Anyway, so I'm going to take it off and send it back. It's not done anything that it says on that list of things. I didn't notice any difference in the chuffing from the exhaust, which it does have a little popping as I deaccelerate. That was the same. No difference in the throttle, exactly the same on the throttle. And essentially, as far as I can see from the air temps, it's just saying that it's colder than it is by about 15, maybe 20 degrees. Yeah, 20 degrees. I don't really like that, because it's not. So what's it going to show when it's like 3 degrees, minus 20 or something? Bike's going to run really weird. So I don't think that's the solution for me. I don't know if that's useful for you, but if you're curious about how to fix this throttle issue on these Fazers, then keep following. I'm going to keep trying. Only other thing I can try is a power commander now, I think. I've tried everything else. So, but if you know what it is, and you've been through what I've been through, please put a comment below. Please.